Okay, let's vlog. Hello, true believers. BebotsOnly, off to another adventure here in the Philippines. And this time we are going on Marcus's behalf. Last time he was here, we made some friends with some girls that work at the mall which was close by that we were staying at. And he asked me to follow up on them. So it's fine, but it's kind of, well, it's kind of far in Cavite, which could take anywhere between an hour to 2 hours depending if there's a lot of traffic. So, but Marcus made it worth my while, especially since I got expenses. I got car expenses, I've got football expenses. So I said yes, I will go see them, but I have other things I needed to do. Oh crap! This today, so I didn't know if I was gonna have time to do it today because I wanted to take more time while I was there. So I had something else planned this afternoon. So I wanted to go there. I wanted to plan another time where I can go there and plan where I could meet the girls that are working at the mall and meet other people while I'm there, to kind of get two birds with one stone, since it's kind of a hike to go out there. But instead I was asked if I could do it today, and I said I'll see what I can do, but it's gonna be limited. I said okay, I'll go there in the morning while traffic is lighter, but I can only spend an hour just to say hi, see if they're there. I have a feeling they might not even be working there anymore. So if that's the case, then yeah, we just went all the way there for nothing, but we won't know until we go there. So, and then I have a meeting that I had planned also this afternoon. There was this girl that I have been kind of messaging I've been messaging. She's been mostly ignoring. So I said, so eventually she messaged me with the help of a friend, and we're gonna set up a meeting this afternoon. And so she starts telling me, so we start talking. I haven't really talked to her before this one conversation, but she just starts telling me all her problems. She asked me permission first, can I share with you my problems? I said, well, really can't stop you now. So she starts telling me how she has problems with school, how her parents are absent. I asked her, what does her parents do? And she says her parents just, she doesn't know her dad. Ever since before she was born, the dad disappeared. And her mom just works as a vendor. And she has, I think she said, 5 brothers and sisters. And here's the funny part, all from different dads, is what she was saying. So it's kind of hard to believe at the same time. It almost sounds like a cliche that, okay, hey, I'm poor, and of course she's gonna start asking me for money. And I said, okay, well, I don't know you yet, but we can meet and we can talk and we can go from there. So it just feels like it just felt like a scam. So they start telling you all their sad stories and then ask you for money. And I said, okay, well, we can meet, let's get something to eat, and I can't promise you anything more than that. So her pictures, I like her pictures. They're very natural. She has a very natural look, but it's very hard to tell when it comes to FB or Facebook what they really look like in their pictures, because FB and its beautification can distort how a person really looks, that when you actually see them in person, they don't look anything at all like their FB pictures. So I mean, I looked at some of the bad pictures. I mean, everybody has bad pictures here and there, and she had enough good pictures to warrant an actual meeting. And just because you've seen the pictures doesn't mean that they're going to look that's what they look like in real life. I mean, the bait and switch, there's nothing more common in FB than the bait and switch. They don't even need makeup, they'll just use that beautification. But I just didn't like how she just, it's just the basic, how she just starts telling me her sad story, and then they start asking me for money, and it just feels like this is something that she does regularly, that she's done this before, that so I don't know. I mean, that's just my my gut feeling. I've done enough of these that when it just doesn't feel natural. And is this what she does? Does she scam people, or is she online, or is she on FB telling her sad stories about how? So I asked her how many brothers and sisters, who's the youngest. The youngest is 1 month old, and I said, well, where's the dad? The dad disappeared. And oh, well, that's sad. That's conveniently sad, it just felt like. So we won't know until we actually see if this meeting actually happens. So I have to, that's something I have to do in the afternoon. So and I was just gonna schedule this next week, but it was but the person requested that I continue it, but it's gonna be compromised because I'm just gonna show up, and if they're there, say hello, get an update. You still working here? If they're still working there, I'm gonna say, okay, your friend's gonna be coming back on a certain date. Can you please wait? If not, you know, what is there we can do? I just wanted this is just a follow-up and see. I mean, I've been trying to message her, no response, and that's a big problem over here, because once you're kind of out of sight, out of mind, they've got their own lives. It just doesn't stop once you meet them, unless you make it worth their while to make their lives stop, or at least make it seem like they're stopping for you. And I mean, they're not. Their life still goes on, but there's nothing you can do since they're here and you're not. Well, since I'm here, I can follow up. It just feels like if we're gonna do this, you know, it has to be something done on a regular basis, and the cost can add up. The travel expenses, the wear and tear in the vehicle, the maintenance, the registration, all those things. You know, my time, the putting this, and for what is the question we have to ask ourselves. Either we do it or we don't do it at all. We can't just kind of be in the middle. But this is a scouting report. See if she's still working at the mall, and if she is, then we'll get caught up. If she isn't, then I really don't know where to go from there, since she's not replying to my messages. But the only way to find out is to find out, and that's what we're doing. And then after that, like I said, because I squeezed this in the morning, before my meeting in the afternoon, I won't have that much time to spend with them, because they're at work. I'll ask, it's like, hey, do you have when is your day off? Can we continue communicating? Maybe she'll respond, because this is the second time I met her. It's not just here today, gone tomorrow. This is just the kind of work that's required when it comes to certain people here in the Philippines. Anyway, that's the update. So here we go on another adventure. This is BebotsOnly. Enjoy the rest of the video, and thanks for watching. Okay, we're here in Cavite, right side. That's the city outside of Manila. And like I said before, I have no communication with these girls. So I'm going into this blind. They don't know that I'm coming, because I haven't told them. Actually, you know what? Let me message them right now and let them know, even though they're not going to reply back. Okay, sent off some messages using Michael B's pocket Wi-Fi with me. Usually it's safe to bring a Wi-Fi with you just in case as a backup. You never know when you need to communicate in the middle of a meeting to make sure that it happens. So here we are, and some updates. I don't know if anybody noticed it yet, that the BebotsOnly, when this video is being made, the BebotsOnly Unforgiven channel has been taken down or deleted. So of course it's a bummer. I think it's been 2 or 3 years since the last channel was deleted, and I always say it's you never know when these things are going to happen. I think of course the first original BebotsOnly channel, then BebotsOnly Returns, then BebotsOnly Lives, and there was another one. So there might be about 4 or 5, and maybe some smaller ones that might have been removed. So this was the first time in the longest time, and my biggest problem is I think maybe I got complacent, or I got lazy, or I got greedy, or a little bit of both of everything, because I'm uploading videos to what I'm supposed to do is after what I'm supposed to do is supposed to create a new channel every year, and after that has been established, let it auto suicide and go on to the next channel. Once you stop uploading to a channel and there's no activity in it, of course the traffic dies off because you're not updating it, but at least the videos still live on. And I think what I did was, even though I was already moved on from the Unforgiven channel into the Redux channel, I still was continuously uploading to it, just like I'm continuously uploading to the Forever channel, which I should not be doing. But like I said, maybe part of me is like the attention whore, and I wanted to get more views. Hey, I established those channels, why can't I get the benefit of the views? So I got greedy with the views because I'm just an attention whore, and then I got lazy and I got complacent when I should have been making 2 channels. Especially, I've said before, I should have made a channel just for live streaming, and then maybe just make a channel just for unlisted videos, so that way there's no problems for the unlisted videos, and then make another. So I should have made at least 3 channels right now in a new public channel, and I haven't. You know why? Because like I said, lazy, complacent, greedy. I wanted to keep enjoying the benefits of the views from an established channel, when I should have just let it self-suicide and die off. And even though the traffic would completely disappear, it's better that the videos lives on with a dead channel, and people could always go back to it as reference. So even though the sad part is there was several hundred videos in that channel, and I don't know if I have the time to re-upload those videos. It's like a newer channel, so I should have all the videos saved. I've been buying these external hard drives with its own power source, so it doesn't have any problems with the electrical part. But the point is that I don't know if I have the time or the will to re-upload those videos, because the people that are going to need to see them have already seen them. So what's the point of re-uploading videos, since they really didn't have that many? Once a video is seen, after like the first week, or after the first 3 days or week, it pretty much, the view count pretty much dies off, and once it becomes old, it just kind of disappears. So I mean, it'll become new again in the new channel, but I don't know if that's something I want to pursue. I mean, you could always argue that the more videos they have, the more new views, and through the new views, we have newer friends and newer sponsors and more people contributing. Fortunately, we still have the other we have the other channels that are still going, and we can stimulate traffic. We're not starting from ground zero like we used to do before. But like I said, it's not like I'm putting my eggs in one basket. But if 5 baskets is good, then 10 baskets is even better, is what I need to do. So that's kind of where, and this is kind of why I decided that also to just go ahead and do this trip, just to kind of keep me occupied, keep me busy. I always, when these kind of situations occur, when I'm kind of have a major setback, like a good channel, like the Unforgiven channel goes down, I always want to do something productive right away to negate the, okay, so that's done. Take one step forward, 2 steps back, but at least let's keep stepping forward and keep moving on. That's the key to BebotsOnly, is we just get back right on the horse. And as long as we're living here in the Philippines, I'm going to continue blogging. I'm not going anywhere, even if I have enough people know enough about me, or there's enough people out there that even if they delete all the channels today, right now, I have enough following that I can create a new one and get another one established right away. People are going to easily look for it. BebotsOnly is a unique name that it's easily, that if you're looking for me, you can find me. And so that's the good part. So yes, it's a setback, but not to the point where it's going to change anything. Or, as you can see, I'm still making content, and we'll keep going. That's just how life is. It's you just keep going. Nothing changes. I'm still here. I'm still making content. I'm still here in the Philippines. I'm not here to change the world, but if you do save one life, you do save the world. I'm not here to change the world, at least, but I'm here to make a difference with the people around us, or with the friends around us, and that's what I'm here for. That's what the videos are for. And today it's for Marcus, because I can tell that he would be very disappointed if I didn't get this done as soon as possible. So I said, why not? I'm not so high and mighty that I can just squeeze this in. It's just driving over here, documenting that I actually went, and whether she's there or not, it's beyond my control. But what I can control is going there and finding out. So this video is for you, Marcus. And thanks for all the people that have, if you want to make a contribution to help me out with the loss of the BebotsOnly Unforgiven channel, you can email me at bebotsonly@yahoo.com. I mean, was it making a lot of money? Yeah, you're talking about, it was about making about $2 to $5 a day, that channel. Now, if you're saying $2 a day is not a lot of money for you, but for us over here, that is, because that's how much Hero spends on his lunch every day, is $2. So I give him $2 every day, and it's nice to have this kind of passive income from that channel. So if I do all this work, at least I can justify the work by saying, at least thanks to the channel, the Unforgiven channel, our hero, the $2 a day, where he's able to buy lunch with it. And that's something that we could use to sustain living here in the Philippines. So his $2 a day for lunch that he uses. So I mean, over 30 days, that you're talking about $60. All of a sudden, $2 over 30 days is $60. So all of a sudden, then that becomes a lot of money, especially here in the Philippines. So, but we'll just make the adjustments, and the only thing we could do is just make more channels and remonetizing a channel is harder now. You have to have at least 1,000 subscribers and 10,000 hours of views or something like that before it can be remonetized, so it might take a year. So but that's all we can do. Like I said, we can't control other people's actions. We can only control our own, and that would be the productive thing to do, is probably at least make 3 channels, at least one for the unlisted videos, where it's not, no one's gonna know about them, and let only people who have access to unlisted videos. And I'll probably call it something silly like BebotsOnly Underground or something like that. I don't know. And then the live streaming, BebotsOnly live streaming, something like that. And then the new channel, BebotsOnly Experience. I don't know, I'm just thinking something generic. Just so those are going to be 3 channels that I'm going to be forming soon on my to-do list. As if I don't have enough things to do, I have to create more channels. But that's what happens because there is just no rest for the wicked. Anyway, that's the update. This is BebotsOnly. Like I said, this video is for Marcus, and thanks for helping cover our car related expenses, because there ain't nothing in this world for free. So this is what we got to do to make sure that the bills get paid. This is BebotsOnly. This is how we keep it real here in the Philippines. What was I going to say? I might not be employable. There's no jobs here in the Philippines, especially there's no jobs here in the Philippines for me. But that doesn't mean we can't find a way. If there's a will, there's a way to pay the bills. Bills got to be paid. Even though there's no jobs here, we'll still find a way. This is BebotsOnly, finding the way. Here we are at one of our favorite malls again. So we opted for the usual indoor covered parking so we don't have to deal with this heat. So we're gonna park by the movie theater. Usual, they have a bathroom there. So if they're here, good. If they're not, then we were just on this wild goose chase. Let's go find out. Of course, Mga Inasal is always full and crowded. Bread talk. All right, let's keep the camera rolling. You want to say hello to Marcus?
Hi Marcus, when will you come back? Come back soon.
Okay, well Marcus, the bad news is Irene is not here today. Rest day. It's her rest day, she said, but I have her number, so what I'll do is message her, and then we'll try to meet again another time. Okay. So thank you. I'll come back. So he'll come back in June. Okay. Thank you. I got. All right. Well, that's the update. Nothing to see here, but at least I got her number. So I'll message her now. And let's go. Okay, just walked out of Lee and she completely just blew me off and wasn't interested. So I don't know if I wanna. She just wasn't interested at all. But I mean, she's there. She's still there. If you want to come and see her, I told her, did she get my messages? And she said, nah, no, because I probably gave you a fake number. So she clearly is not interested. But I'll message Marcus's friend right now. Alright, so good news is she's responding. So she said, hello, it's my off day, this is Irene. I said, Marcus asked me to come and say hello because you weren't replying. She says she has no internet. Sorry about that. When is he coming back? And I said he's coming back in June, but when are you available so we can get something to eat? So I could treat her to get something to eat. She could bring her sister Xandra. So just waiting for a reply while I'm here. since I'm here, I might as well get some dim sum. So the update is at least I made contact with Irene and we sent messages. I told her that, I asked her, is it possible for me to take her sister out to get something to eat? And I'm just waiting for the reply. But I'm pretty much striking out today. I just haven't been having very bad luck recently. Struck out with Shira, Ira. Irene is not here. At least I can get some shomai. Might as well get some mango shake while I'm here. Tubo. For 85 pesos. Okay, I just been having the worst luck recently. First, the Unforgiven channel gets deleted. Then I said, okay, I'll go on this meeting then. So I said I was gonna do it on Monday. It probably would have been better if I did it on Monday. So just note to self, just don't force the situation. So we, instead of doing it on Monday, we did it today, and lo and behold, it's her. They usually get one day off, and it's their day off today. So after that, I went over to see Shira next door. Fortunately, she was there. The unfortunate part was she looked like she's seen a ghost. She clearly was like didn't want to look up, didn't want to say hello, didn't want to engage in conversation. So she clearly was saying, hey, thanks for the shirt, see you later, sucker, but I'm not interested. So struck out there. So the good news is that I got Irene's number and she replied, but the last thing I said was, is it possible for you to is it possible for you to have lunch while I'm here in Cavite? For us to have lunch, you could bring your sister, I told her. And after that, no reply. Well, at least I got some shomai and I got my sugarcane mango shake. And I came here to do what I was supposed to do, is find out. And I found out that Shira is just too many things going on with her for her to show any interest. So for anyone who's interested, Michael B said, okay, well, we can try if we're here in the area. I said, you can try, but she has this. I clearly struck out. Your mileage may vary, but as far as I'm concerned, or as far as I go with her, she clearly has less than zero interest. So the good news is, at least I established contact with Irene again. But last thing she said was she's going to be here tomorrow, and I'm not going to come back tomorrow and just see her while she's at work. As you can see, it's very awkward to try to engage in conversation with them while they're working, unless I buy something. Which, if she would have just shown how happy, if Shira would have just shown how happy she was to see me again, then I would have entertained the idea. I would have gotten her some of those muffins and cakes like last time, but she didn't show any interest, so I really can't reward that kind of behavior. I can't. That would be like negative reinforcement. Oh, so you're gonna be stuck up about it. So this is what I was talking about, how Filipinos over here are just kind of in it to get what they want out of you. I'm not saying scam, but you know, you're clearly nice to them, and they're just in it just to take advantage of your niceness. Well, I give them my initial, hey, I'm nice, but you know, I'm not gonna be keep being nice again unless you're nice back. And that's just, with some people, that's just how it is. And you can be nice to them again and they're still not going to be nice back to you. So you just have to hold your ground and say, hey, but for them that's enough. And you know, when you've got situations like this where they have options, like clearly because she's got a job, then the interest level is not going to be as high versus someone who's doesn't have a job. So we got a meeting this afternoon just in case, but as you can see, I'm kind of at the point where I shouldn't be having any meetings because I'm having just the worst luck, and I might have another not a horrible experience, but I don't think the results are going to be as good, but we'll see. Like I said, this girl, she works as, like I said, as a sales girl in the market, and she told, this is her story, I don't know if it's true or not. She makes 100 pesos a day, $2 a day from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. So I said, okay, well, I told her, if you show up to tomorrow's meeting, I'll give you the 100 pesos, the $2 that you lost out by meeting with me. And but she says she needs more than that. Well, we'll just have to talk about it after we meet, is what I told her. And I just have a feeling that this meeting is not going to go well. But at least because it's just, I'm just not, things are just going well for me recently. So, not a complete loss, but as you can see, Shira didn't even want to, I put the camera right there, and as you can see, she clearly didn't even want to come out and greet people at the doors, but if she knew that I was like right outside. So what am I gonna do? Because she's not welcoming not my advances, but my reaching out to her. If that's the case, then it's not like everything is completely lost. It's just, you just have to, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not like everything is completely lost. You just have to time it where there's always a time when they're going to be open to the idea of entertaining, becoming friends with you, or more, or I mean, entertaining the idea of becoming friends and spending time with each other, not just somebody I just casually met. So instead of just like hey, I got my $20 shirt from you and I'm done type of scenario. When that is, I don't know. But we'll try one more time when Michael B is here, if we're here in Cavite, and see if it works out. If it doesn't, at least we tried. Anyway, that's the update. So we'll go to meeting number 2, see how that goes. These two people, they're just kind of friends through friends. I haven't met them yet. One girl, Patricia, she's the one who's kind of facilitating this meeting. I haven't met her yet, but she looks like she's a single mom. But she was the one who helped me convince her to actually meet in person. I don't know what they tell each other to do it, but you know, we do have this reputation of when people are hungry, there's always food. So that's one thing we got going for us today, and we'll see how that goes. It's BebotsOnly. Thanks for watching. But like I said, Marcus, it's not over. I told her you're gonna be coming back in June. So she says. So she the good news is she was asking about you, and she knows that you're coming back. So that's the good news. And also, thank you very much, Marcus, for taking care of this year's registration. I told them sure, I'll go meet them, but can you help me out with this year's registration for one of our cars, actually the Toyota Fortuner? And he said sure. So it came out to $100. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's expensive living here in the Philippines. I know $100 is probably not a lot for people who are living in a first world, but for over here in the Philippines, especially someone like me who hasn't had a job for like over 10 years, then it's a lot of money. So thank you very much, Marcus, for taking care of this year's car registration. And let's keep trying with so I made contact with her, so I'll keep trying to see if I could establish a meeting with her next time. But like I said, it's better to meet with her outside of her work, so that way we can get better quality time. If she doesn't, then we'll just have to wait until she's ready. If she's serious about a better life, and then she should take advantage of this opportunity. Maybe I'll kind of guilt her into thinking about that, so she'll accept my invitation to eat on her day off. Anyway, that's the update. This is BebotsOnly. Let's get to our meeting number 2. Okay, so my afternoon meeting, I think, canceled because they're not replying. And then I stopped over here at the Hyundai dealer to order those parts, and they're out to lunch, even though it's already 1 o'clock. It's just one of those days that I think I'm just gonna call it a day, just go home and forget that this day ever happened. Like I said, I am having bad luck today, and there's just gonna be just days like this where just nothing is just gonna go. And all you gotta do is just move on, and eventually eventually it'll start going your way. But the morning was a disaster, afternoon was flaky, and I can't even order the parts that I want because they're out to lunch, and they probably won't be back until like another hour, so I'm not gonna sit there and wait. So I'm just gonna go home and put this video together and just say that's how my day went. It's BebotsOnly.